Today I'll be running the world's fastest HBX 2997A. I had given it a rest because while it's the fastest one out there, it's a complete handful and I got really frustrated with it. It kept crashing on me. Best speed in the past was 75.9 and I took it out for the first time last week, the first time in a long time, and it reached 66 miles an hour on the stock tire. So I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll put the speed run tires back on here and do a 3S shakedown run, see if we can get around 66. These tunes are slightly bigger in diameter than the stock tires, but they won't balloon as much. So I'm curious to see the speed difference. And then I brought along 2 different 4S batteries. I asked you guys in the community section of my channel how fast you thought this truck would go on 4S, and this is what you guys thought. I'm thinking with a good clean run, it may well get up past 80 miles an hour. I'd love to see 82, but not real sure if I'll be able to control it, because in the past, anything past high 60s, I could never really control it well. But I did add some thicker shock fluid, and like I said, last time out, it ran surprisingly well, not perfectly, but better than I expected. So maybe I have too much confidence. It may just be a complete mess and this is a waste of time, but we'll see what happens. Now I'm running this Ovonic ESC. This has not been released quite yet, but I believe it's gonna cost about $70. It's 2S to 4S capable. And when I ran it last time, it ran great. So today will be a good test on 4S. It's pretty warm out, it's already in the 80s, and we'll see if it overheats or how it does. And I think I brought the programming card so we can keep an eye on the temperatures. All right guys, first up, 3S shakedown run, and then we're gonna move on to 4S. Hopefully the tires stay on here. It's always a question when you first mount them that, you know, you don't want to use too much Loctite because they get stuck, but if you don't use enough, obviously that creates its own issues. All right guys, let's see what we can do. The weather's pretty good, a little bit of a crosswind, but nothing too strong. Stay tuned. Okay, the GPS is ready to go and we're reading. We're gonna hit start and let's see how it does today. 3S shakedown run. Whoa, this thing is a handful. At low speeds, it can be even worse to control at higher speeds. Full throttle. Ooh, the back end is all over the place. And you know what? These tires might be worse in some ways than the stock tires. They're heavier, and I'll show you when I bring the car back around. There's a lot of slop in the back end. And I'm not confident at all now about running it on 4S because I almost lost it on 3S. So I think I see why I packed this thing up and stopped speed running it. We'll see what we did though. 64, so 2 miles an hour slower than on the stock tires because these don't balloon nearly as much, but I'm afraid to run the stock tires on 4S because I think they'll come apart. Plus they'll balloon so much, it'll probably create its own stability issues. But you can see here, it's just ridiculous. This truck's not meant for speed running. It's durable, it's good for bashing, but there's just not much back here holding things in place. So maybe I'll do one more 3S run just to kind of shake things down. And I'm gonna try 4S, but I think I'm gonna crash. And my confidence is already shook because I just wrecked my legendary Thunder a couple days ago. So, you know, I hate to beat these things up and break parts. It's never a good thing. Whoa, the back end started getting real squirrely there at the end of the run. It was a clean run, but it was definitely not happy. So, real unfortunate. Now, when I did the 75-mile-an-hour run, I was running my GRPs, so these tunes are bigger yet. So, you know, there's pros and cons to that. The pros are more speed, but the con is even less stability. So we hit 64 on both runs. All right, I'm gonna try 4S, but I'm not thinking it's gonna end well. All right, guys, get ready for the messy handling here. This is not likely gonna end well. Easing into it. Yeah, just not gonna happen. Well, I'm gonna call it quits here. No sense in destroying this thing. I am not likely gonna get a clean run. If anyone is able to go faster than 75 miles an hour in one of these trucks, you know, hats off to you. The only thing I could still try is actually smaller foam tires on this, and I probably don't have the gearing though to get up to 75 if I do that, but it might help with how sloppy the back end is. But that's gonna be it. Those of you that have been looking for one of these, the IM EX, it's an Exterminator, I think, is a clone of this, so you can still get this truck or something very similar to it, but HBX keeps having these go out of stock. Last I heard, they might be making some improvements to it, and maybe they'll re-release it. I'm not sure, but over the past year plus, it seems like it's out of stock more than it's in stock. So that's unfortunate. We'll go ahead and check the speed here. And I don't know if we got up even much past 60. Certainly nowhere near full throttle. Okay, we did hit 70. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And a huge thank you to Ovonic for sending me out this ESC. Take care.